This could be out of control. A four-way match.
All right, so if you guys have been following this game from its inception, what you know about the game, the truth is, this game from day one was meant to be long term. Now, however, I don't think that this game was it was expected to have so many demands for so many different features and things. Now, the things that I feel like should have been included, we all get it. We've been there. I'm not going to stand here and rant about what the game lacks, what it needs, and why they didn't do this and they should have. All right, I wouldn't do that anyway because I'm too grown up for that nonsense. It's just a freaking video game. Okay, but let me say that when you make an arcade style game, most you don't really get a lot of features. It's not really packed with a bunch of features. I mean, outside of the WWE, you don't even have any real wrestling games. I mean, everything that you get is either on Steam or it's something from the WWE, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation. It's not a big variety of different wrestling games out there. Games like WrestleQuest and like they're not just straight up wrestling games. It's always something like, Wrestling Empire, which was actually a cell phone. I say the first time I ever saw that was on a cell phone, which is on Nintendo Switch. And it's like, Wrestling Empire, that's a game that has cool features on it and everything. But it's not a wrestling game that people really take serious. Like it's the game is fun, but it's like, it's ridiculous at the same time. I mean, graphically, I could even overlook the graphics if the gameplay was better. If it was like, I honestly, there's times I'm doing moves on Wrestling Empire. I'm not even sure if I'm doing the move or not. Like the controls, it's like they're weird. They're responsive, but they're not responsive. It's weird. Okay. Bottom line, we don't have a big variety, and all of these other wrestling games, I guess they feel like they have to take a different route. So it's either something really weird that they do and they focus less on the gameplay and the fun factor and just put a bunch of silliness in it. Now, let me say, from the very beginning, before we saw a clip, anything, when we just heard them talking about it, they said they wanted to make this game arcade style. They wanted to make it like a throwback to like No Mercy, WCW versus NWO, that type of game play. But they didn't talk about loading this game with a bunch of features. Now, no, of course I'm not against the features. I wish we did have a cage match. Yeah, give us a cage match and give us a variety. Give us two different type of cages. Hell, why not? Yeah, we want tag team, tornado tag matches. We want tag team elimination matches. Yeah, we want those things. Last man standing match. I quit match. Yeah, that would be beautiful. Now, I don't think that, like I said, they thought it would be a demand for all of those type of features. Now, they made it clear this wasn't supposed to be a game that was going to be super loaded with features. Anybody can just pick up and play. And I feel like what they overlooked in this day and time, that might set okay with like people who are into like these nostalgia games where, in an arcade, you're not going to get those type of features. Nobody's standing there that long. Okay, so it's just, popping some quarters and play type of thing, okay, or whatever. So I believe as time went on, they realized, we have to put more on the game. Now, I love this game. It's fun. I love playing the game. I don't sit up and make rant videos, so I don't really get caught up in that, and it really gets like, it's like ridiculous, especially now. Like if I see a video and it's even labeled something negative, I don't even watch it because it's the same nonsense over and over and over. I mean, you have different content creators, which they have all made at least 30 videos saying the same thing. This game is dead. Well, let it die. Why do you keep talking about it? New season. Is it going to be enough? What this game needs to survive? What this game needs to resurface? Oh, this game is dead. This game is dead. This game is this. They should have done this. They should have done that. And it's just repetitive. And they're doing nothing but just trying to get likes, subscribers, and views just by repeating the same thing. If it's dead, then leave it alone. Why do you keep making videos about it? It gets to the point where they go from just saying things to trying to persuade people to not play the game. Okay, it's dead, but you keep making a video. Every single time you turn around, even when there's no new information, they just keep making videos about it. And they're saying the same repetitive nonsense. Okay, so let me say, this game is a long-term game, meaning it's a slow build. Now, I agree with everybody. All of those features that I named, yeah, they should have been there since day one. And the game would be talked about a lot more than what it is. I get that. But I'll tell you something. This game, from day one, they said, we're not going to make an annual game, which was great to me. I'm not buying a new game every single year. I have not even completed 2K 2022, 23. Why would I buy 24? Then buy 25. I have a life. I have too many responsibilities, so unless you're someone who don't have a job, don't have any, responsibilities, I don't see how the hell you can just sit up and play video games all day, every day. That's for people who have that kind of time on their hands. I don't have that kind of time, and I wouldn't be interested in just sitting in the seat playing video games all day long. There's other things to do. Okay, but they told you these things from the beginning. And mostly, and what people are not focusing on, like the reality, it's these content creators that had you guys really thinking about what if this, what if that. I remember people talking about, oh my God, imagine the cage match and that blood dripping off of the cage, and oh my God, and this is gonna be huge. They always say that. They always oversell something, and then when it doesn't happen the way that they fantasize about, they tell you the game is shit. They should have done this, they should have done that. Then you had all of these modders putting the Hell in a Cell, the Royal Rumble, it's like, listen, these are WWE features. Who's really that stupid to think that AEW has the rights to do that? And that even when you watch, when you look at WWE 2K, if you watch the videos that people post, the majority of these people are posting what? They're posting videos of mods. So it's funny because it's supposed to be a simulation game, but you guys are playing games where you're wrestling in Bowser from Mario, Bowser's Dungeon. The ring is floating on top of lava. Nobody's getting burnt by it. You have a ring in the middle of water. The water doesn't even move. You just see the big blue block, and the ring is in the middle of it. There's an empty arena, yet you hear crowd noise. So all these little silly, goofy things that people play. Then you hear people, oh, they should have this mode and that mode. Well, if you type in ambulance match, 2K24, you don't really see a whole lot of videos. And it's like the same individuals making these videos, a whole bunch of videos of people with ambulance matches and all that. Now, it's like, well, the features should be there in case I want to play them. Okay, I hear you on that too. But the reality is, if you want these features that bad, where are the videos? When you post videos, you post this content, you want to be able to utilize all of that. So yeah, the cage matches and things like that, all of it. You'll see these videos, but not as many as the complaints that you get of AEW Fight Forever not having cage matches. You understand what I mean? So when you look at what this game offers, like for me, the money doesn't hurt my pocket. And the principle doesn't really bother me either. You know why? Because that's what all of these games do. Dead or Alive 6 is selling you clothing and skins for different people. They give you the option. Do you want to buy this or that? Okay. WWE 2K give you these packages and these little bundles. And my thing is, if I was playing with the big boss man on 2K22, right? Why do I have to unlock him again on 23? I'm just unlocking the same characters over and over and have to, create a whole roster and all this. Like, I'm not doing this every year. I don't have that kind of patience. It's like, nah, not happening. This game was said to be a project that Tony Khan is going to support for a very, very long time. They told you that this game over time would build and get better. I was watching an episode, I think, of Ring of Honor. and they advertised the game Fight Forever Season 4 being out, and the commentator said this game will only get bigger and better with time. So they're letting you know, yes, this is a long-term project. Yet you see commentators saying, oh, well, I don't think that there'll be a season 5, because if you go on their Discord, or if you go on this channel or that channel, you don't see anything about this or that. And they're giving you their opinions without even having anything to go off on. There's no actual speculation. They create their own speculation. And they've been doing this for a long time. But people turn to these channels, and what gets you locked into them is the simple fact that they're showing hate for the game. Oh, I'm displeased because they should have did this, they should have did that. And they keep repeating themselves. And you guys keep tuning in and listening. And you like the fact that they're saying things that you agree with. But it's not changing the process. But the thing about it is, when the new season comes out every month, they're releasing DLCs. Okay. I'll say this about any wrestling game, and this is something that everybody need to really understand. Ultra Pro Wrestling, Ultra Violence, the Wrestling Code. These games have been in development for like 5-6 years. Okay, 5 or 6 years. It's been more than 4. People are saying, well, no, I remember when they first talked about, no, you remember when you first saw footage. These games have been in development 5 or 6 years. People are saying, please take your time with these games. Why? Because of the anticipation of AEW Fight Forever. But I'm going to tell you what the positives could be, and I think they will be for Fight Forever. And I'm going to tell you exactly what I feel is going to work against these other games. People don't want to admit the truth, but when it comes to pro wrestling itself or video games, people don't want anything that the WWE make to be second or third or whatever. They feel like all these other wrestling games are, I'll play this until the new 2K comes out. These games, if you think they're going to get high praise, let's say they do, they're going to get just as much hate as they get praise. And I'll tell you exactly why. King of the Ring, Hell in a Cell, Royal Rumble, all of these WWE events. Let's say if they have a general manager type of, what is it, my GM mode type of thing. Anything, these games are not going to have the depth that WWE 2K has. Even if the gameplay is way better. If the game is super fun. And people are not going to want to admit it. You'll have some that's honest, but the majority of these wrestling fans are WWE diehards. They do not want to say this is more fun than 2K. They're going to always look at what you have and then say, well, they should have did this. They should have did that. There's no ambulance match. Where's Roman Reigns? Where's the Usos? Where's The Rock at? These are WWE licensed wrestlers. Even when you play 2K, how do you think they get the Rock and Roll Express and all of these people? Because WWE has bought out WCW. They bought out AWA. They bought out all these other companies that was in existence. They have the rights to them. These companies don't have the rights. So they have to get permission. Like I was listening to this guy talking on behalf of Retromania. And now they got the Rock and Roll Express after 3 years. We finally got Cowboy James Storm, Mr. Hughes in the NWA arena. A big arena that was, with the NWA ring and whatever. So bottom line is, it took 3 years. I thought Retromania was just done. Like they gave up on it and that was it. Now you can finish the story. So now they came out and they made another announcement. So now you're going to get the Rock and Roll Express, Magnum TA, and Demolition. Now, the guy speaking says, well, is it going to take another 3 years? He says, I hope not. And then he says, the process that we have is based on, the game is done when it's done. Now, with that being said, we don't know how long it's going to be. So you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to listen to other channels trying to tell me when it's going to happen, when it should happen. They should do this, they should do that. It's not like people are wrong because they have a suggestion, okay? The problem is when they speak about things, then they find this negative note to put out and then act as if they're going off of something that they was promised or something that they heard. And no. It's like Fight Forever never promised you a Hell in a Cell. They never promised you a Survivor Series. They never, any of that. They can't, okay? That's not their product. But yes, for the different match types and all that, I agree with everybody. Yes, they should have been included in the game from its launch. Yes, it should have. But all of the hate, all of the ignorance, I just feel like, you know what? Just grow up just a little bit. All right? Just a little bit. Grow up. You know, it's not going to change anything because you're just complaining and just putting a bunch of stupid comments. Then, oh, this game can't this and that and blah, 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 and 2K. Okay, well, go play 2K and stop focusing on AEW Fight Forever. How about that? Then you guys go on their channel to talk about, like, the complaints are just ridiculous because, you know, look, I know people that sit here and go broke buying freaking marijuana, okay? If you can't afford $19.99, okay, I get you. You want something and it's too much for your pockets. You can't afford $9.99, whatever. The WWE is charging you for all these different little packages. Yeah, you can pick and say, I want this or that. What's the same thing? It's the same thing. You forget the people that's creating this content. You want people to sit and work for free. This project, while all these other games are still in development, understand something. The fact that AEW didn't wait longer, and let me correct this. A lot of people were saying ever since Kenny Omega was no longer involved with the project, that's when everything went wrong. That's false. Kenny Omega was the one that said, the game has been done a long time ago. We're just waiting for a rating. And the problem is going to be when the game comes out, they're going to say, well, how come this person's not on there and that person's not on there? Which means the game was packaged and ready to go as it was. That's why I know they didn't expect the reaction from the people to be a demand for all these different match types. And yeah, those match types should have been included. Now, one of the part of the DLC that they're giving, I think it's going to be with Jay White. And I think Adam Copeland is next. Then Jay White will be last, I believe. And pretty much they have a tournament mode. Now, I don't know if it's going to be just single match tournament, tag team tournament, whatever. But whatever it's going to be, my thing with AEW Fight Forever is it's going to be a slow build to everything. Meaning, if they do put a cage match, and I'm really hoping they do, if they start to do tag eliminations, tornado tags, 4-on-4, can they, will they be willing to tweak this game and make it where you can have that? Now, the Battle Royal mode, let me say this. I don't mind the 4 people in the ring at one time. I really don't. I actually prefer it. Now, if they were able to tweak it where they could have a ring full of people like you see on Retromania or like 2K, okay, so be it. The problem that I have with Battle Royals and why I don't mind the 4 people in the ring at the same time instead of a big mass of people is because when you play Battle Royal modes, okay, the game gets clunky. The characters love, for whatever stupid reason, they always have it where all the characters love to stand in one corner. They all come to the same exact area, and you're trying to find out where you are, and everything is just moving too much, and you can't figure out where you are, who's in front of you, and it's like a mess. So even though you can fit all of these people in the ring, it's not much going on at that point. So I actually have more fun when it's just 4 people in the ring at a time. So I love the way the Battle Royale is. The Casino Battle Royale. But what I wish they would do is include where they could make it where you should be able to use your created wrestlers in any mode. Okay, that would make it extremely great if they did that. Because you go through all of this, there's 100 characters, okay, that you can create, and I'll use all 100 slots. And I think that sucks that you can't use them in the Battle Royal mode. Now, we know that the game modes that's already in Beat the Elite, all they have to do is unlock it, polish it up, make it, fix whatever bug fixes and whatever, that type of thing. That it's that easy. Now, for the game modes that they would add and have to tweak something, Okay, cool. How they're going to package it, we don't know. But I'm in it for the long haul, and I'm not complaining. The money doesn't bother me, and I have no issue. I understand what's what, and there's no need to worry about it. I'm not going to stress myself out over a video game. I can understand children who don't know any better acting some type of way because they're just kids and don't know any better, but no, I refuse to do that. There's a lot of things that goes wrong in video games. I mean, I don't know if this happened to any of you, but on 2K22 and on 2K23, my entire roster of wrestlers that I created and downloaded just disappeared. For whatever reason, I have no idea. And it made me sick to my stomach because it's like, man, I did all of that work. I don't have it in me to do that again. And that's one of the most annoying things about an annual game is having to keep, okay, now I'm going to build these wrestlers from scratch. Like, no, I'm not doing this every year. So I'm cool with the game not being annual. Like, I'm just not into that. So both of those, the glitches where, a wrestler's arm starts twitching and the body starts twitching and, all of this crazy stuff starts happening. The characters floating out of the ring and like, so yeah, I mean, this is things that shouldn't happen on it. I mean, and what do they charge you for the fully unlocked game of and it's never fully unlocked. Why? Because even if they're charging you $120, there's still content that you have to buy if you want it. So you still end up, even if you get the $80 version, you're going to end up paying more to fill up that roster and buy all these other characters. So just to say, oh, but all the game modes are there. I get it. But you're still in a position where you're paying way more money than you really want to. But damn, you know what? I want these characters. Let me get that. So yeah, you'll sporadically buy this little bundle, that bundle here and there. And then you add it up and you go, damn, you know what? The unloaded version, or so-called unloaded version, is $120. But if I add everything up, I spent $150, $170, $200 unlocking. It's like buying stuff that, that I didn't have to buy, but it's your money. So I don't know if when AEW do start to include these other modes, like tournament mode, for example, it's already official. And then it's going to be in the Jay White bundle. But if they just say, for example, cage matches and all these other things, if they're going to, now what's already on here, I just think they need to just tweak that, and like they need to do that and just give everybody what they want in that, and then every other mode, including the tournament mode, give it to us. But at least unlock those modes that's already available. But all the other modes, I don't know if they're going to make it a part of a bundle, a package, or if they're going to say, okay, cool, you know what? This is free for the fans because, hey, it's already here. And all we had to do was just unlock it. But anything else, I don't know what they're going to do. But I wish that they did do those things, okay? They may end up adding another story mode, another Beat the Elite mode, maybe, a woman's version, a tag team version. Who knows? I don't know. But this game is about the long haul. It's not about, okay, we're going to make this game and we're going to just leave it as it is. We'll add a couple of things, then we're done. So when all of these people are telling you guys that, oh, the game is going to be done, after this season, where are they even getting this information from? And what's going to happen is they're going to tell you that, and then they're going to go, you know what? Well, they are making a season 5. And all of these people that keep jumping on the keyboard saying, this game is dead. They're going to chime in. They're going to start this game is dead. Is it going to be enough? Blah, blah, blah. This is just what they do. You guys are going to eat it up. You're going to jump in there and put your comments in. And it's like, man, listen, either you're supportive of the game or you're not. Well, what's the purpose of wasting time just to sit up and repeat the same crap over and over and over? It changes nothing. And what's going to end up happening anyway is while those other games are still in development, Ultra Pro, Ultra Violence, the Wrestling Code, those games are whatever they open up with when they put their game out, AEW will still be having their packages. They'll still be putting out content. And eventually, they'll get to the point where, okay, they started to give us what we wanted slowly but surely. And pretty much that's all for me that I'm really focused on, is just having fun with the game. And it'll happen the way it's going to happen. And that's just the way I see it. And I'm not really concerned, in all honesty, about stressing myself out over a freaking video game. Now, what I will also tell you is, graphically, the only game that I seen graphically that looks like it's even focused on, like, they want the graphics to, they like really focus where they wanted to have that real look, is the Wrestling Code. And even in that game, once again, there's still going to be things that people do not care about. They're going to look and say, okay, they did this, but they should have did that. How come they didn't give us this? Well, how come you can't do on 2K, you can do this and that? And if you look at every game that comes out, what I'm saying about the WWE diehard fans is facts. The first thing that they do is what? They start, for these PC players, what do? They get mods, download all these mods, and they take whatever this game is offering, and basically have nothing but a roster of WWE wrestlers, and then that's the videos they put out. Man, if you're so hard up for WWE wrestlers, then just play 2K. It's funny because look at how many videos that they put out of Battlegrounds as opposed to 2K. You understand what I'm saying? So 2K, when they put out Battlegrounds, which is loaded with a bunch of features as well, but when they put out Battlegrounds, it wasn't about the long haul. It was, we're just going to put this game out as is. Yeah, you got to unlock things and pay for things and all of that, but we're not going to like update this game. Okay, games like AEW, okay, all Action Arcade Wrestling, they don't have a cage match on there. They don't have they have basically from 1-on-1s to like 5-on-5, I believe, or something like that. They have tag team elimination. They have tag tornado and stuff like that. There are no cage matches on there. There's no I quit match, no last man standing. They don't have those. They do have a tournament mode, which is the most fun mode to play overall. But the game, that's what you call a bare bone arcade game. That game doesn't have a lot of features. And I've heard people say it's loaded with a ton of features. And when you really break it down, unless you're really into like mostly tag stuff, because that's pretty much the majority of what they have. You understand? So now when you look at that, they update the rings, they update wrestlers. These are mods. Okay, these are mods. So even though they're updating things for that game, the game itself, they haven't updated anything to the gameplay. Retromania Wrestling has been adding things that you normally couldn't do. Like now you can grab your opponent like in a tag match. If the opponent gets too close, the person outside the ring can grab them, and you can do tag team moves, and like they've added more things. So this is another game that this guy wants to compete, and they're smart for that. And also think about this too. Whether it's Retromania or AEW Fight Forever, it's like, for people say they should just focus on the second game. No, they shouldn't. And I'll tell you exactly why. If these people was to leave this game as is, and you're getting more complaints than you are thumbs up, right? You're getting more thumbs down than thumbs up. It's going to be considered a failed attempt. Then you people, it's already a failed attempt. No, it's not failed. You don't like what they have right now. Some people, no matter what they do, they're just going to complain. You just have those chronic complainers that have nothing better to do with their time but complain. It's far more anticipation for a follow-up game when people are finally satisfied with the first game. Okay? Everything isn't great overnight. But through time, people can say, nah, they finally gave us what we wanted. Now, when they go to do a second game, not only is it bigger anticipation, but now they can say, okay, all of the things that we didn't inquire in the first game, we know now in the second game we have to have all of this stuff at launch. There's no reason to not have it at launch. And then, therefore, you'll get the game that you want. I have no problem with the graphics. I think the game looks fine. Of course, you have people, and that's my point. Everything is a comparison to 2K. Everything is a comparison. And so it's like when people are saying, well, they should have did this, and how come you can't do that? And once again, even for Ultra Pro, where they're showing you all of these wrestlers that you can, that's going to be in the game, it's like over 150 or something like that, I think, or whatever. Okay, that's all fine. But once again, no, you're not going to have current WWE wrestlers. And if there is someone making mods for this game when it comes out, that's what you're going to see people do. They're going to take the entire WWE, whoever they can get, whatever mods they can get, if they can mod a Hell in a Cell or whatever. And this is what guys was doing when AEW first came out. And remember, they had this big cage and they, oh my God. The thing about the content creators is they're speaking as if this is AEW giving us this. No, these are people that are creating mods, and I'm saying, does it make any sense to have an Inferno match, yet the fire cannot burn you? It's just there. You couldn't even climb up and down the cage. They had one where a guy had it when he made a lift where you have to get on a lift and it pulls you up. And I said, no, that's stupid. That's no. And it's not that it's stupid, because that can actually happen. Like maybe that might be an event, but it's kind of stupid in a way. It is. I wouldn't enjoy it. Let me put it like that. I wouldn't enjoy it. I got to get on this lift and then go up. I get it, because you couldn't climb up to the top. You couldn't climb out the cage. You had to go. You just walk through the side of the cage like it's even though you can see it like it's a hologram or something. It's not really there. I didn't like any of those things. This is not something that's official. This is mods that people were, oh my God, and they were getting so hyped up about the things that had nothing to do with AEW. You're focused on WWE events. Hell in a Cell and all that stuff is not AEW. Now, what I think AEW should have done, whether it was, even like with Stadium Stampede, how about you fill that stadium up and make that an actual another arena that we can wrestle in. Some backstage fighting, different areas of backstage. You know how we know that they can do it? Because of Stadium Stampede. Yeah. Make it where the fight can start in the arena. You can go up the ramp and exit to where you are fighting in the back, or you can start out with the fight being in the back, whatever. But put these things in the game. I agree with everybody 1,000% on that. But once again, I'm focused on AEW events. What was the one where they had the arcade style, like had the video games in the arena and all that? Everything that's an AEW event. Why would you not put your own events on a game? The Owen Hart Classic. What's the other tournament they just had? Anything that's associated that their company does, that put your events on your game. That's what I feel like they should definitely have done. The Continental Classics, like put these things on there. Why not? Why not? And I simply focus on what the people are saying that's a part of AEW. Not what a content creator says, because they go on their Discord and they have a little conversation, and it's never any real in-depth conversations. It's just a few tweets back and forth, a few messages back and forth, but you never hear these people telling you they're going to do this and that. And it's like, this is just a day and time where we have to find something to complain about. People cling more to negativity than they do positivity. So after all of this complaining, it's not going to change anything. Okay, people for years have been saying, can the WWE fix these glitches where your characters flying out of the ring, look like they're having seizures and some type of like paranormal experience where they're just flipping out the ring, sliding around, flying in the air, their arms are twitching and all of this. Why is my information just disappearing? And I'm talking, you play your game, you save your information, it has automatic save anyway. All of a sudden you turn the game back on to play it, and all of a sudden everything that you purchased or everything that you basically downloaded and unlocked, nope, it's locked again. So, with all that being said, don't expect these new video games to come out and all of a sudden they're perfect. This is what AEW should. Nope. They're going to get criticism as well. And once again, the criticism will be a comparison to what you can and cannot do on these games as opposed to what you can do on a 2K game. And I just feel like what was the one, like ultra violence? They had when you have a game that's more dedicated to your body being thrown off of some platform and you're crashing through tables and all that, if that's the highlight, I don't see that type of game lasting long. What features does this game have? What type of match, different modes, match types do you have other than just flying off of things, being thrown off of things? Like I wouldn't even be interested in a game like that. And I don't care if the graphics look super real. It really doesn't make a difference. And like for me, I have way more fun playing Fight Forever than I do playing 2K. I like when I watch content from these content creators when they post like the old WCW, the old NWA, stuff like that. And you see like the Rock and Roll Express, Nikita Koloff, Crusher Khrushchev, the Road Warrior, Sting, Flair, and all these guys, Junkyard Dog, all of these people. When I see those type of videos, those are the ones I really like. And they turn off the commentary and they do their own commentary. And that's what helps it have that old NWA feel. I love those type of videos. Even though you have the downloadable content that the community creates, it just doesn't have the same feel. Like the gameplay, even like the entrances, like it's just nothing special about it. It's just the fact that okay, these wrestlers are here and you can use them in the ring. You just want a different feel. You want to play something and it doesn't feel like you're still playing a 2K game. Especially when, okay, I have everything set up Monday Nitro, but yet somewhere you see a 2K. It's just, listen, it's not as, look, we know it's a game. We know that it's WWE owned. We get it. We know that. But my thing is to each his own. But no, I don't want to buy 2K and do nothing but upload the whole AEW roster or Impact Wrestling roster or New Japan or MLW. Like, no. I don't mind where I have it where I can mix it up. It's all about having fun. That's all. It's just all about having fun, enjoying what you're playing. It's not about comparing this to that and I don't like this because they should have did this and this. Just deal with it. Either you like the game or you don't. The negativity just means nothing. And this is why, like, for me personally, like, I always show love to people that play that's playing Fight Forever. And I'll just leave a comment or thumbs up to them because, hey, you're still doing it and that's cool. Retromania, the same thing. I love playing Retromania. But Retromania, and even though, now Retromania has two versions of a cage. They have two cages. The chain link and they have the solid, I think they got the solid blue. And they have a nice, variety of arenas. The problem with them is right out the gate, they only had 17 wrestlers. And then we had Chris Bay, and then it took us 3 years to get, like I said, Mr. Hughes and James Storm. And then we got the NWA arena. I'll just say the NWA arena because that's what it has on there. And they have mostly NWA. They have like actual NWA arenas in there, even from like the studio look. And what I like about that is it feels like NWA has their own game. So that's a cool feeling. It's a cool feature. Those are cool. But, this is, in this day and time, you can't play a game that only has 10 wrestlers or 12 or 14. They had 17, and that's just not enough. They don't have a women's division. They only have one title. They don't have tag titles yet. And they said that they were going to do a tag team story. So through time, it will be the same thing. They will start to add these things and make this a complete game where now you want to play the game. You have a reason to want to play. And there's more things you can do than just have a bunch of repetitive singles matches and you don't really have a lot to choose from. Games like that, the replay value of it drops considerably. So now to see this type of thing right here, this is exactly what I'm talking about. It's like you have a game and you have people that's going to tell you, like a lot of people make their mind up based on what different content creators are saying. So if the content creator is telling you this game sucks, then you go, oh man, well, I'm going to save my money. I'm not going to waste my money. They have a game called Casual Pro Wrestling. Okay, I don't think much of the game. I think the game sucks. Now, I'm not telling people, oh, don't buy the game. That's up to you. I made one video because I'm not the game. I showed what the game was, and my point in that video was, okay, you had people saying this game is way better than Fight Forever, and listen, to each his own. But that game doesn't even feel like a wrestling game, and pretty much the two main features on that game, the main focus is the ragdoll effect and you just being thrown or throwing your body off the top of the top rope, landing on a bunch of junk in the ring. The movement, nothing. There's nothing about the game. The game is called casual pro wrestling. So they're not digging into it in this game to give you a bunch of features and everything. And my whole thing was, okay, since people are comparing this game to Fight Forever for whatever stupid reason, I said, no, this is just people trying to bash Fight Forever. They don't, more than likely disgruntled WWE fans that just want to see anything AEW does do fail. I'm saying, okay, well, this is the comparison, so I'll show you what this game looks like. Now, you be the judge of what you think. You understand? And this game is I would not download casual pro wrestling for free, personally, for me. But you don't hear me telling other people not to buy the game, save your money. I'm just showing you what the game offers. Now, it's up to you to buy, whether you want to buy the game or not. And I made one video. Not two, not three, not four, or more. Just one. So you could see this is what they're comparing it to. There's people who have said Retromania is way better than AEW Fight Forever. Okay. For me personally, no. I like the fact that they do have, just like, for example, they have cage matches. They have a cage match, yes. Okay. 15-minute time limit is the most you can use on there. Okay, cool. They don't have an exploding barbed wire match. They don't have a ladder match. Do you understand? And they do have like the more variety of cage matches, tag matches and stuff like that. But overall, they're two different type of arcade style games. And for one, like for me personally, and I've had to pick, you either buy AEW Fight Forever or Retromania. I'd buy AEW Fight Forever. But I love Retromania. Okay, but not for the same exact reasons. Now, what I noticed about the guy that said that, he has not one video on his channel playing Retromania. So this is exactly what I mean. It's just a bunch of hate videos. Let me just make anything to just say something to discredit Fight Forever. So my thing is, if you hate something so much and it's such a waste of time, why are you wasting your time making videos about it? Why don't you just let it die? Like y'all keep saying, this game is dead. Then let it die. Let it die. Because those who love the game, those who want to play the game, they will play it. We will wait patiently. We can speak our minds, like me in this video saying, yeah, there's things I wish that they would add in the game. Yes. Just like different wrestlers that they're going to add in the game. Like, I can't tell you who's going to be next. Now, let's just say, for example, if I stand here and tell you, it would be cool if the next DLCs would be Will Ospreay. Mercedes Moné. What's the guy that just joined the Elite? Okada. Now, it could be those three. I don't know for sure. I didn't see that or hear that anywhere. That's just me saying that. Now, for me to tell you that that's what it's going to be, more than likely it'll be those guys and this and this and that. Now, I have nothing to support my claim. No proof to support that claim. That's just me saying it could be them, right? And it could be. Now, they're giving us three guys in this DLC. Maybe the next DLC will be three females. Maybe we'll get Mercedes Moné, Willow Nightingale. We already have Chris Statlander. It could be it could be anyone else. It could be Queen Aminata. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe they'll give us three females. Maybe they'll give us two females and a guy, two guys and a female. I don't know what they're going to do. But I do know that this game is being supported long term. So the best thing to do is just keep an open mind about it and understand. Either you're interested or you're not. If you're not interested, let it fly. If you are interested, it's like, well, the mature thing to do is just, okay, we'll just wait and see what happens. When I go on AEW Games on their YouTube, if on their Instagram, always leave a positive comment. And pretty much what my thing is, when you look at ideas and things that they can do, my whole thing is AEW has enough going on in their company that they can have their whole everything. Where's the trios tag titles at? Where are the trios matches, right? They have to be able to put it where you can have. There's no reason why they can't have 4-on-4 matches or 5-on-5 matches. There's no reason that they can't do that. There's no reason that they can't tweak that. Now, trios matches. What's the other the title that Orange Cassidy had? Forgot who has it now. But bottom line, where's that title at? You understand what I'm saying to you? If they had the Continental Classic, if they had the Owen Hart tournament, they have this tournament that they put in on here now with the Jay White bundle. That would be 3 plus what they already have. So we're talking like 12 different game modes, wrestling modes on these games, and so it'll just build from there until they start to unlock things. What I'm saying, they could do that. This is your what was the event called? Arcade Anarchy or something like that, or Arcade Anarchy in the Arena, whatever it was. Add these things to your game. Make Stadium Stampede. Hell, fill up the damn stadium. Fill up the stadium. Make Stadium Stampede an actual, event that you can wrestle in this big ass stadium. You went to Wembley. Get permission if you can. Put Wembley Stadium in there. They add to your game. These are all things that your company has already done. Yes, we want a cage match as well. I want all these same features that you guys and some. So every match. What's the there was an episode of Dynamite. This was a couple years ago. I forgot who MJF fought. Remember, they had the event when they were on the boat. And somebody went and they tossed MJF into the pool that was on the boat. I mean, add that kind of stuff on there. Add, what's the arena that in Jacksonville? Daly's Place. All of these things. Hey, Collision. It's only a must that you put the Collision ring. The new version of it. The Rampage ring. The new look. The new look that Dynamite has. All of this stuff. So my thing is, if they're going to change the way they do these bundles, I don't know. I don't know exactly how many people are working on these games, but I do know. I remember them saying that they had one guy who was doing work on these games, and I do not know if that has changed. We've been asking for Evil Uno for the longest. I mean, listen, it's something that we all want to see. And like for me, I'm just a very calm and patient person, and I've never understood the whole let's flip out and lose our cool over some damn video games. To me, it's just like, all right, you know what? What's going to be is going to be. Let's see how things go. And when everybody's telling you what AEW is or isn't going to do, and all they're doing is sitting up there looking at a computer screen, and they're like pissed off telling you what they should be doing, and I don't understand why they didn't just do this, and I wish they would have done that. I just feel like, what's going to happen is going to happen. Now, as far as you guys who are looking for Ultra Pro Wrestling, Ultra Violence, Wrestling Code, and you're telling yourselves they're going to do what AEW couldn't do or didn't do or whatever. It's not what they couldn't do, okay? Well, what they chose to do, what you guys are failing to realize, once again, these games are going to have their own criticisms. People always piggyback off of what you do and say, you should have done this, you should have done that. I don't know why they didn't do this, why they didn't do that. Okay, what's also going to happen, these games are not going to be annual either. And they're going to also be in a position where they're going to build up and add content that they didn't already have. But once again, it's all going to be based on what the WWE has available on their games. And that's where it's just like, okay, now you're just being unrealistic. and you want something that these, companies are not going to provide you. And no, I do not want to buy a game that's not a WWE game and have just a whole roster full of guys, men and women that have nothing to do with the company. I don't expect things like that. Look at this video right here that I'm doing. The roster on here that I created, I tweaked some, I changed some people, but no, that's my choice. I like to put different people from different wrestlers, from different eras, different wrestling companies, and I filled up my roster. Now, as AEW gives us different wrestlers from its current roster, and through time going on, if wrestlers that I created Will Ospreay. If they give us Will Ospreay, or should I say when they give us Will Ospreay, then I will change him to be someone else. And who else did I create? Julia Hart, Queen Aminata, Sky Blue. We get those people, then yeah, I will change them into someone else. And then it's like, okay, cool. Let's have a little shake-up. It's all about having fun, that's all. No different from playing chess, no different from playing Monopoly, whatever. It's just all about having fun, that's all. I think people get too deep. They get too serious with something that we can't even have fun and enjoy what we're doing because we're too busy complaining about what someone should have done and they're charging us and they're doing this and okay, right, but you guys are buying all of this WWE content and you're paying for something that you have already unlocked. You're taking time to re-unlock something that you already have free on the last game. I've unlocked that already, so why am I having to unlock it again? Okay, well, with all of that being said, I just think it makes more sense to just have fun, enjoy the games you have. There's people who created Swerve Strickland, so they didn't buy the DLC. They created, the guy that comes out with him dancing all the time, and they've created certain people. They've created Samoa Joe. At some point, those people are going to say, you know what, I'm going to buy Swerve Strickland. I'm going to buy Samoa Joe. And those creations, they're going to change them into someone else. And that type of stuff is like, you know what? All right, now let me get this person. Look, Fire Pro Wrestling is still creating new wrestlers. So, new arenas. So, with the match types that they already have, it's like, okay, they're keeping this game updated. And I think that that's great. I don't need an AEW Fight Forever every single year. I just don't. And if they did it, I would not buy, I would not keep buying it every single year. That's where, okay, so that's EC3 that I created. That's his real name. Michael Hutter. Now, while I'm standing here, just for the fun of it, and I like the fact, people don't think they gave us these 5 new DLCs, and people go, oh, who cares? Well, I do. I don't care to where I'm sitting up here angry about it, but I'm saying it makes a difference to me. People that, oh, I don't care, we just want this, you want. It's like people like that will never be satisfied with anything. So people like that just, we want this, we want that. It's like, it's not a package deal, man. It's like, okay, so with the current roster, let me see. So with these community creations, we got 3, 6, 9, 10 DLCs, free DLCs all together. Now, on my own, you know what? Let me do it this way so you can see them better. Let me see. So I'm just going into my community, to my own creation. That's all. Give you an idea of what I'm saying, like what I've done. So, okay. So, Scott Steiner, I've created. EC3, I've created. Abdullah the Butcher, I've created. Danny Luna, I've created. If you're not familiar with who she is, she's been a part of Impact Wrestling for some time now. Okay. Magnum TA, I've created. Jim the Anvil Neidhart I've created. The Natural Butch Reed. Tony Atlas. Hulk Hogan. The Rock. Tetsuya Naito. Shibata Kenta. Now, he's probably a guy that they're going to eventually create, put on air as well. So until they do, I've created him on my own. The Magnificent Don Morocco. Kazuchika Okada. Queen Aminata. The Great Mutai. Ivan Putski. Dusty Rhodes. The Junkyard Dog. And most people remember him in the WWE run where he had a shorter afro. I remember him with the really big afro. Tito Santana. George the Animal Steel. Devon Dudley. Julia. Dick the Bruiser. Another thing I wish they would do. Okay. Mitsuharu Misawa. You know he was Tiger Mask at one point, and I have him on here also with his Tiger Mask look. One thing I wish they would do too, and this is something that I really didn't understand. Why they didn't do this. When you come to the ring, you have on shades, a scarf, a hat. You don't wrestle in those things. I wish that they would change that where, yes, this is your entrance attire, but you take off the hat. You know, you take off the glasses or whatever. Jacket could be optional, but you take these things off during the match. You wear it to the ring. I wish that they would change that. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Moondog Spot. I wish I could spin him around and stuff, but anyway. Moondog Rex. Bill Goldberg. Rick Steiner. The Dynamite Kid. I want to make Tommy Billington his nephew, but I'm not willing to change anybody that I have right now. So once I get another male figure, because I don't want to delete any of the female wrestlers as well. So I'll replace a female wrestler with a female wrestler. I will replace a male wrestler with another male wrestler. Dynamite Kid, man, Tommy Billington looks just like him. And as he starts to get more buff and work out, he's gonna look more like him as he starts to gain weight too, because he looks just like him, man. I wanted to create him, Davey Boy Smith, Triple H, Brock Lesnar, Sick Nick Mondo. I remember him from back in the day. Yeah, he was one of those extreme wrestlers that all these crazy light bulb matches and all this crazy hardcore matches that he was in. So yeah, I mean, this is what I mean. I like the variation, man. I don't want to have some. I'm playing an AEW game, but all I'm doing is using WWE wrestlers. Like that's to me is just defeats the purpose. I already have 2K. Okay, the Great Kabuki, Sky Blue, Roman Reigns, Julia Hart. You have Lita, Jordan Grace, Rick Rude, Becky Lynch, Chris Bay, Bianca Belair, Jada Parker, which is weird because I can't find her. Nobody's like in the community creations on 2K. I can't find her on there. She's a part of the roster. I don't know. Maybe she's on 24, but I'm not buying 24. I have no reason. I haven't even finished the story on 22 or 23. I haven't even started the story on 23. Tessa Blanchard, Christina Von Eerie. She was she's been on the indie circuit. She was once in Impact Wrestling for a little while as well. Now I think she's rocking that mohawk look. She comes to the ring with the different color hair. Taz, Will Ospreay, Brandy Rhodes. So I have Brandy, I have Dustin, I have Cody and Dusty. I have the whole family on here. I have Havoc, who of course has been with Impact for a long time. Bruno Sammartino, Sasha Banks. Of course, once they give us Mercedes Moné, I'm turning her to someone else. Yeah, Finn Balor. Now I have him with that look and his more modern look as well. Ace Austin, who's tag team partner with Chris Bay in Impact Wrestling. Kensuke Takeshita. Ricky Steamboat. Bully Ray. Have Team 3D on here. John Cena. Shinsuke Nakamura. AJ Styles. Seth Rollins. Lex Luger. And this is what I'm saying. I have Rosemary, who's Havoc's partner in DK and Impact Wrestling still. Giselle Shaw. I don't know if she's still in Impact Wrestling. I haven't seen her for a little while. But, just they have Giselle Shaw. Nikita Koloff. Brian Pillman. I have China on here. And I also like to edit their looks too, man. Like a lot of, some people they wore one particular thing all the time, and after a while it's like, all right, let me spice it up and give them something. I have Warhorse on here. Warhorse is on Warhorse is also on Retro Radio. I love using him on there. Have Bobby Lashley. Also, wait till I get to him. I forget his name. Batista. And that actually looks just like Batista, just minus the tattoos. The Undertaker. I have him as, with the mean Mark Callis look and the American Badass look right there, and also his modern, whatever the little black outfit he had with the purple shin pads or whatever you want to call them, things that went over his boots, or the gray. Hiroshi Tanahashi. Alex Shelley, have him on here with Chris Sabin as the Motor City Machine Guns. Okay, got Sonny Kiss. Jeff Cobb. That's one guy I really wished that AEW would have signed Jeff Cobb. Man, Jeff Cobb was a beast, man. And I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what the deal was, but I remember seeing him on a couple episodes of AEW Dynamite, and like I really, really wish they would have kept Jeff Cobb. King Kong Bundy. Of course, Chris Sabin, as I said. Kota Ibushi, which is actually the champion on here. Atsushi Onita, OG. Got the great Hayabusa on here. Blue Kino is on here. And these are wrestlers that, this is what I'm saying. Like, I don't like to have a game and it's just a newer version of the game, but I have the same exact roster. It's like, what's the purpose? What is the purpose of me buying another game and I'm just going to duplicate the same roster? It's like, it just makes no sense to me. Okay, Zack Sabre Jr., he's also on Retromania Wrestling. Chris Bay is also on there as well. Kevin Von Erich. Dr. Dev Steve Williams. Now, Blade Runner Rock, I can't show it from this mode. I wish I could, but see, I could, but I don't want to go into it. Then I got to back out, and I'm going to have to start over. So this is, now I had him, the Blade Runner look, he had like a, kind of like a box cut. But I just gave him the Ultimate Warrior look plus the Blade Runner look. But unfortunately, I can't give them more than one different hairstyle. Because if I could, I'd have kept him with the box haircut as Blade Runner Rock, and then the long hair is the Ultimate Warrior. Hercules Hernandez, Ric Flair, Terry Bam Bam Gordy, Bruiser Brody, Stan the Lariat Hansen, Dangerous Dan Spivey, so I have him teamed up with the Undertaker as the Skyscrapers. Moose, who is currently the Impact Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion. PCO, who is currently wrestling in Impact. Yuya Iyumura. He's in, I don't know if he's still in New Japan, but Tomohiro Ishii, Bob Backlund, of course, Bret Hitman Hart, and of course Jim Anvil Neidhart is on here. And it's cool that they put Owen Hart on here because I love teaming them up. And we have the walking weapon. You know, Josh Alexander is a man. He's an incredible wrestler as well. And this is the type of stuff that I'm saying, man. Like you just do these things, you have fun and enjoy your games, and that's all it's about for me, man. I'm not into all this console war stupid nonsense or this, WWE versus AEW and what game should you buy, what you shouldn't buy. I hate this game. This game sucks. I'm not into all of that nonsense. So I will patiently just wait. There's nothing you can do about it, right? There's nothing you can do. I will patiently just wait, and we'll see how things go. But once again, AEW Fight Forever is a game that they focus on the long haul. It's not something that they're just putting out, then, okay, we're going to give up on it. No, they're putting work into this game. And you got to admit, these DLCs are coming quick. They are coming quick. So, with what they're getting and how they're doing it, I'm just going to, go through the process with them. Just trust the process and see how it goes. In the meantime, I enjoy playing this game. And those who like the game, you like the game. If you don't, you don't. I'm not here to change anybody's mind about anything. I'm just, speaking about facts and speaking about things the way I see it. But this game there's nobody who said this game is done after the fourth season. This is just people who are just talking negative, and they feel like when they're saying these things, it's going to draw more attention, and that's what they do. And I don't know why you like to waste your time just to get up and listen to someone talk a bunch of negative nonsense, because that's pretty much all these people are doing. It's dead. It's dead. It's dead. You made 30 videos saying something's dead. If you keep talking about it, it must not be dead. Maybe your brain cells are dead. Who knows? Like I don't understand all the negativity. We know the game. There's things you want to see in the game. We know this. Of course we know this. There's glitches on this game I wish they'd fix. Like, how many times have you played? And it mostly happens in like ladder matches or like the exploding barbed wire match where the two wrestlers just running into each other and bumping off each other, and they get stuck doing that the whole time. Sometimes you can like pause the game and then come back and they'll stop sometimes, but most of the time that just happens and they just keep doing it. Or it's times when, you're on the ground and it's like, multiple people in the ring, and when they try to step over you, it's like they're way up in the air. Like, these are glitches and things that, eventually they'll fix through time. At least you hope that they do, but, and I feel like they will. But this game is a long haul game, so they got more than enough time to correct these things. And for people that's, like I said, all this second game stuff, like, man, you got to perfect this one first. So at least when you put the final touches on this game and it is what it is, okay, we're done, we're going on to the next project, people can say, like I said, we finally got what we wanted with this game. It took a while, but hey, they did it. And trust me, the game that's coming out, they're going to have heavy criticism. I don't care. You'll have people going, oh, I like this game. But trust me, there's going to be heavy criticism because it's not a WWE-based game, and they're going to find something. Look, you know what people complain about the WWE games is when they're not comparing it to something else. They're just being biased, though, because if you listen, I hate when 2K does this and 2K does that, and I hate this, they need to fix this. It's like I'm buying the same stupid game, but then all of a sudden, if AEW comes up, anything else, it's like, 2K is way better. 2K is this and that. And I've been saying this for the longest. 2K games are not that fun to me when you're playing them. The story modes and everything's like, you're playing it because you spent your money on it, but it's like the gameplay just isn't that fun. I have a lot of fun playing this game. It's more fun for me to watch a 2K mode of somebody playing when they do their own commentary, and those videos are fun. And mostly, like I said, when they're doing like other different things, because like especially like the old WCW, NWA stuff. But I mean, overall, it's just like a different feeling when they do it that way. But overall, like the game itself, it just has a certain feel to it where and this is why I don't really do a whole lot of 2K videos. Now, I'm not going to sit here and record every time I play a game, okay? But I'm just saying the game itself, I've never really just been crazy about the gameplay. And with all those modes, my GM, and I'll be honest with you, I have not even set up a my GM mode on any one of my WWE games. I just haven't. Battle Royal modes and like there's different things on the game but I just have not explored all of those things. I know that they're on there. That's just me. I just haven't had the chance, and I'm not like, I eventually I will, but I really don't find myself playing too much of these games. I try to, and the game itself, like I said, it's just too much. By the time I start to really get into one version, bam, here comes the new one. So it's like, my hands are full with 2K22 and 23. So I have no interest in 24 at this moment. Like really, I need to complete those games first. And I don't know if I will buy 24. It doesn't matter. Like, but look, like I said, just play your games and enjoy your games. There's no need for people to walk around here all this unnecessary ignorance and focusing on complaining about things that's only going to change through time at their pace. It's not going to be something, oh, this person's angry, we have to hurry up. So yeah, I already have the season 4 pass, so I will be having, I have Samoa Joe, I will have Adam Copeland, Switchblade, and whatever else comes with the package. It's as simple as that. Then I'm looking forward to whatever they have coming after that. That's me. And the 8 people who really like this game, cool. Those are the people I'd rather interact with. I don't want to interact with people that just act like a bunch of children and they just, oh, I don't like this and that. Okay, well, then you create your own content and you post what you want to post. How about that? We're not here. Like I've seen people jump in comment sections and say, I'm just here for the AEW hate. Stuff like that. It's like, so you think it's cool to be a jackass? You think it's cool to be immature and ignorant? Well, okay. And that's not what I'm into. I have no interest in any of it. So, as I said, this is a long-term process, and at the end of the day, that's all I'm focused on. Is me having fun with what I'm doing. I don't really care about online play. I never really cared about that stuff. But even for you to interact with people that have the same interests, okay, cool. I'm not here to bash anything, okay? But at the end of the day, when you see these videos posted, like example, do you see anybody posting videos of casual pro wrestling? Do you turn on YouTube and all of a sudden every time you turn around, no. And these are games, like I said, people are saying games are better than Fight Forever, but they don't even have those games. They don't even have those games. They're watching videos of someone else play it telling you it's better. But yet they didn't spend their money on it. So it's just one of those things. So I still play Action Arcade Wrestling. I still play Battlegrounds here and there. I still play. Look, I bought these games to have fun. Okay, at no point in time am I playing a game and imagining that it's real. It's just a freaking video game. I don't care how much of a simulation you make. It's a video game. And just for the record, if you're playing 2K in Bowser's Dungeon, then you need to shut up talking about it's a simulation game, because nobody would sit there and fight in the ring floating on top of lava. The water doesn't move. You don't get burnt by the lava. The lava doesn't move. It's just there. All these mods. So people are playing these games with a bunch of modded rings, a bunch of modded cages, a bunch of modded wrestlers and stuff like that. That's all good. It's just fun. It's just games. That's all it is. Just games. Calm down. Relax. Enjoy your games. That's it. Nobody else probably won't tell you these things. They'll just sit there and oh, I'm pissed off because no, I'm not pissed off about any of it. Like I said, I got irritated as hell when my damn, I took all that work to put all these people. Anybody who's created one wrestler, you know how long it takes to make one. Especially when you're really giving them all their signature moves and whatever. You're creating something and you're just having fun, like, okay, cool. Just to, turn the game on and it's no longer there. It's like I did all that for nothing. So yeah, I didn't like that, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But gameplay wise, yeah, man, I love Fight Forever. And eventually they'll get to these different modes. And hopefully they come to the conclusion that, we need to put all of our events on here. Hell, why not? That will make people look far more to a second game. and I believe if they did make a second game, it would. Now this is just me saying this. I haven't heard this from nobody confirm anything, but they would probably go more for the simulation approach. But even if they did that, it would have people looking for it far more because people would know, okay, well they did what they did with Fight Forever, and they started giving us the content that we all really wanted, and they made up for it. I'm cool, man. I love that the arena when you're at the beach, the Japanese shrine, like all the stuff that they've been giving us, man. And then the daytime, nighttime, they got the haunted forest coming up thing. It kind of is like you kind of look at it like it reminds you like maybe like the Hardy compound or whatever. Like it's I mean they're doing things their way, man. And for no reason do I want to play AEW Fight Forever and feel like I'm playing 2K or vice versa. That's not the purpose for me. I want to be able to play and feel like, okay, yeah, this is different. This is what this is. I am actually, playing a game that is fun, that does not feel like 2K. That's not what I wanted. And for the people that say things like, oh, I don't like action arcade games, but you're playing Battlegrounds and, there's a board on there where, yeah, you get bitten by an alligator and thrown back into the ring. I mean, so let's just be real. When we talk about cartoony, childish, and you're playing Battlegrounds, you're jumping like 25, 30 feet in the air and nobody's dying. So again, it's just video games. I love playing like NBA Jam, NBA Street, where they got the big bobbleheads. It's video games, y'all. That's all they are. That is all they are. You understand? We're not trying to live vicariously through other people or through other things. It's just a video game. That's all it is. We should be smiling and laughing, not frowning and pissed off. But this is what people choose to want to do. But I'm taking a different approach. That's just not in me to be that way. Anyway, play your games, have fun. Catch y'all on the next one. I'm done.